It's the early 2000s in Plymouth, England. Wayne Boyd is biking home from work when he says he sees lights in the sky, which he assumes is a plane approaching Plymouth City Airport. But
it came down like a plane and then it stops for a few seconds. That was the thing that stood out the most. I've never seen a plane stop in mid-land.
this is what he caught on camera. 16 dotted lights appear to hover. Now, the video is too dark to see if or how they are connected, but it looks like the lights are attached to a single large craft.
All you can see is the lights, and there's a slight curve, so it could be a saucer.
The lights appear to hover and then slowly descend as the craft lands on the airport runway. But remember, it's the early 2000s. YouTube doesn't exist yet.
20 years later, I come up with this YouTube channel and I think, what have I got that could generate some views? I didn't think it would blow up quite like this.
It raised a lot of eyebrows. People really wanted to know what they were looking at. And Wayne said that the mystery for him got deeper when the airport closed for good years later.
The suspicion is that the closure is part of a cover-up, an attempt to conceal secret activity involving top secret or even alien craft. But even if secret craft aren't landing at Plymouth City Airport, Plymouth itself is still seeing mysterious activity in its skies.
There have been a number of strange UFO sightings in Plymouth over the last few years. In 2016, a man called the police to say that a strange object was hovering above his head before it shot off up into the stars. And in the summer of 2012, a woman saw a cluster of orange lights floating past her backyard and said that they were flying sort of in formation before they disappeared. She called the local airport, which said it was the strangest thing they'd seen in the sky in years.
The Bristol Channel, about 60 miles north of Plymouth, has also seen its fair share of UFO sightings. In 2016, a police helicopter recorded this video of a UFO over the channel. To this day, the video remains a credible, unexplained sighting. But did Wayne capture even better evidence of a flying saucer in his home video? Our experts take a gander. First, the video is good, but is it too good?
We try to identify the source of this video based on the digital information. We know that the file was created allegedly July 28th, 2013.
Wait, 2013? Wayne posted the video in 2024. He says he shot it in the early 2000s. So why would the video file date back to 2013? Does this discrepancy signal a hoax?
What's interesting about when you actually watch this file, though, is it's demonstrating properties of a recording of a recording. So it looks like someone's recording a screen of some sort with this reflection in the top of the image. I consider what's represented within the recording to be authentic, but the file itself has been altered or manipulated to some extent.
To figure out the truth, we need to identify this string of supposedly hovering lights.
It certainly appears to be moving extremely slow and at certain points even hovering in the sky. However, I think that that's going to be an optical illusion from where this is filmed. Because the camera is, even with the flight path, it gives you the impression that it's hovering in the sky, but I would say it's consistent with a commercial aircraft landing.
However, this distinct formation of 16 lights clearly doesn't match commercial aircraft, but it does match something else.
As unusual as this craft looks, it does actually match up identically with a very unique type of plane, the Solar Impulse.
The Solar Impulse is an experimental, solar-powered plane. And Bertrand Piccard, the man behind the craft, says he recognizes it here.
Solar Impulse is the project that I initiated with the goal of having a solar-powered airplane that would fly around the world with absolutely no fuel. When I first saw Wayne's video, I thought, wow, that's one of the videos of the landings of the Solar Impulse airplane at night. Because with 50 landings exactly like this, with the 16 landing lamps that were switched on.
The Solar Impulse has been mistaken for a UFO before, but we have reason to believe Wayne didn't just make an innocent mistake. Remember how he said he filmed his video in the early 2000s in the UK? It turns out that's impossible.
The first flight of the plane was a little hop in 2009, and then longer and longer flights through Europe, flying to Morocco, flying across the United States in 2013, and then 2015 to 2016 around the world. But the solar impulse never landed in the United Kingdom.
Our verdict? We don't know about those other reported sightings in the area, but we say this is the solar impulse. Since it wasn't flying in the early 2000s and never landed in Plymouth, we can only assume Wayne recorded someone else's video of the craft landing and passed it off as his own sighting in Plymouth. Not a good impulse.